Today we expose 7 butter brands that dominate UK supermarkets and are now being sold to Americans as premium imports. These brands are full of misleading labels and company scandals that most shoppers never hear about. The prices keep going up, the packages keep getting smaller, and the companies behind these products have dark histories that would shock you. We looked into every butter brand and checked their ingredients, ownership, scandals, and sneaky marketing tricks. What we found really shocked us. Number 1, Kerrygold, the grass-fed lie wrapped in toxic packaging. Kerrygold has been the top choice for Americans who want fancy imported butter, grass-fed Irish cows, deep yellow color, and a rich taste that costs top dollar. This is the second best-selling butter in America, right behind Land O'Lakes. But in recent years, 2 big scandals broke its perfect image wide open. In 2018, a lawsuit was filed in California saying Kerrygold was lying about its grass-fed claims. The lawsuit said Kerrygold cows actually eat soy, corn, and grains that have been changed in a lab, not just grass. The company admitted in court papers that their cows eat extra feed, especially in winter when there's no grass to eat. A judge said that a normal shopper would not think grass-fed means only grass. Think about that. Their legal defense was basically that you shouldn't expect grass-fed to actually mean grass-fed. Then in 2023, another lawsuit hit Kerrygold over something called forever chemicals. These are man-made chemicals that don't break down in your body or in nature. They stay inside you for decades. Tests found these forever chemicals in the butter's foil wrapper, and Kerrygold was actually pulled from store shelves in New York and California because both states ban these chemicals in food packaging. The company had to change their packaging just to get back on shelves. Here's what really bothers me about Kerrygold. Look at a pack sold in Europe versus one sold in America. The European packaging doesn't say milk from grass-fed cows anywhere. Why? Because in Europe, that claim is strictly checked and proven. They can't make that claim there. But in America, grass-fed has no legal meaning since 2016 when the government dropped the rules. So Kerrygold puts it on American packaging knowing nobody can hold them to it. You're paying top dollar for butter that isn't fully grass-fed, from cows that eat lab-changed grains, wrapped in packaging that had to be fixed because of chemical problems. If your butter comes wrapped in toxins, can you really call it pure? Number 2, Lurpak, the great Danish watered-down butter. For decades, Lurpak was the best Danish butter you could buy. Silver foil wrapper, creamy, reliable. You'll find it in fancy stores across America priced like a luxury item. But look closer at its most popular product, the spreadable tub, and the problems start to show. The first ingredient on Lurpak spreadable isn't butter. It's a mix of milk fat and rapeseed oil. Some versions are up to 40% vegetable oil. That's not butter. That's a butter blend made to spread straight from the fridge. They call it a spreadable, but put it right next to real butter hoping you won't notice. Almost 40% of what you're buying isn't butter at all. The packaging plays tricks too. Lurpak is written in big letters while the truth sits in tiny print. Technically legal, but pretty shady. The real scandal hit in 2022. Lurpak became the face of the UK money crisis when prices shot up to £9 for a big tub. That's over $11. Stores started putting security tags on butter to stop people from stealing it. Think about that. Butter so expensive it had to be locked up like electronics. People were posting photos online of Lurpak behind glass cases. The company's answer? They made the package smaller. Lurpak went from 250-gram blocks to 200 grams. That's 20% less butter. The tubs went from 500 grams to 400 grams. Same price, less product. A sneaky price hike. British shoppers were angry. One customer said the new size meant all their recipes would be wrong. The standard butter block has been 250 grams for generations. Lurpak is owned by Arla Foods, a Danish-Swedish dairy giant and the 5th biggest dairy company in the world. In late 2024, Arla said they were testing a chemical feed additive called Bovaer on their cows. This started huge boycotts, with British shoppers throwing Lurpak in the trash and posting videos online. The company had to defend itself against claims they were drugging their cows. Arla's own farmers were angry when the company said they would launch a plant-based Lurpak, saying it would hurt the butter brand's good name. You're paying butter prices for oil and water dressed up in silver foil. The fancy image is just that, image. What's inside is watered down. Number 3, I can't believe it's not butter. Because it isn't. The name says it all, but the trick goes deeper. I can't believe it's not butter isn't butter at all. It's a fake spread made from vegetable oils, chemicals, flavors, and thickeners. No milk fat, no cream, nothing that counts as butter. So why is it on this list? Because even though it's totally fake, the marketing has for years tried to look like butter. Bright yellow tubs, soft creamy feel, and ads that say it's a healthier choice. But healthier for who? Let's look at the ingredients. The base is soybean oil, canola oil, and palm oil that have been changed in a lab. These are factory-made oils pulled out using heat and chemicals. Then you've got thickeners like mono and diglycerides, which can hide bad fats. Add some fake flavors to make it taste like butter, chemicals to keep it fresh on shelves, and coloring to make it look yellow. This isn't food, this is a science project. Real butter has 2 ingredients, cream and salt. This stuff has a whole paragraph of chemicals. There was actually a lawsuit over the spray version. Label said 0 calories and 0 fat per serving. Sounds healthy, right? The trick was the serving size was 1 single spray. The whole bottle has over 1,100 calories and 124 grams of fat. A judge called the 0-calorie claim crazy. The case went all the way to appeals court before being thrown out on a small detail about serving size rules. The company is now owned by Kohlberg Kravis Roberts, one of the biggest money firms in the world. They paid 6.8 billion euros to buy this and other spread brands from Unilever in 2018. This is Wall Street taking over your food. The product often has palm oil, which is linked to destroying rainforests. It has changed recipes many times, sometimes adding dairy, sometimes taking it out, leaving shoppers confused and tricked. For people with milk allergies, those changes have been dangerous. Sometimes it was safe for vegans, then suddenly it wasn't. Then it switched again. This is not butter. It never was. It never will be. If you're finding this helpful, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. I'm showing you the truth about everyday products that most Americans buy without thinking. The brands on this list spend millions on marketing to look trustworthy. I'm here to show you what's actually in your food and who's really making money from it. And trust me, what's coming next is even worse. Number 4, Anchor. From New Zealand's pride to oil in a tub. Anchor built its name on beautiful New Zealand grass fields, pure cream, and a history that felt honest. But today in the UK and America, the picture is different. Anchor is owned by the same company as Lurpak, Arla Foods. So everything I just told you about Arla counts here too. The smaller packages, the scandals, all of it. Anchor went through the same package shrinking as Lurpak. The blocks went from 250 grams down to 200 grams. British shoppers noticed right away. Some said the new smaller blocks were on sale at almost the same price as the old bigger blocks used to cost. It felt like a scam. That's because it was. But here's where Anchor gets really weird. The company just launched something called Anchor Squeezy. It's butter you squeeze from a bottle. The ingredients? Only 33% is actually butter. The other 67% is rapeseed oil. Basically fake butter in a bottle. They put butter in a squeeze bottle, mixed it with vegetable oil, and sold it as an easy baking trick. Shoppers hated it. One person said it sounds bloody awful, while another asked why this product even needs to exist. Arla is betting you'll trade real butter for easy use. They're betting you won't read the ingredients. The company says it's for busy people who can't wait for butter to soften. But butter softens in about 15 minutes at room temperature. This is a fix for a problem that doesn't exist. The tub still says Anchor Butter in big letters on the front, using the old trusted name, while only a careful look shows the truth. Anchor says it's farmer-owned, wholesome, and natural, but the butter you're spreading is often less than half real cream. Behind the nice branding is a product no different from the cheapest spreads on the shelf, just twice the price. The Bover scandal affects Anchor too, since it's the same farms. If you stopped buying Lurpak for that reason, you need to stop buying Anchor too. Number 5, Flora. the brand that can't make up its mind. Flora isn't butter at all. It's a spread made completely from vegetable oils. No dairy at all in most versions. But it sits right next to butter on store shelves, and many Americans don't know what they're actually buying. It used to be sold as the heart-healthy choice over butter. But Flora has changed its recipe more times than anyone can count. Here's the thing about Flora. The company can't decide what it wants to be. In 2017, Flora went fully plant-based and took out all dairy, great for vegans. But in 2020, they put buttermilk back into Flora Buttery because shoppers said they missed the taste. Over 16,000 people signed a petition to complain about the change. Then in 2023, they went vegan again, taking out the buttermilk. The recipe has changed 4 times in 6 years. Each change leaves a trail of confused and angry shoppers. One month it's a green tub for vegans, the next month it sneaks dairy back in. This isn't just confusing, it's dangerous for people with allergies. The ingredients in current Flora include rapeseed oil, sunflower oil, coconut fat, and something called faba bean mix. It's sold with slogans like "Skip the cow" and 77% less climate impact than dairy butter. But here's what bugs me. The product is called Flora Buttery. If it has no butter and no buttermilk, how can they call it buttery? Buttery means like butter. Calling something buttery when it has 0 butter is the kind of trick that makes people distrust food companies. Flora is owned by the same company as I Can't Believe It's Not Butter. Flora Food Group used to be called Upfield, owned by the giant money firm Kohlberg Kravis Roberts. The company has over 100 brands and works in 95 countries. Green groups have attacked the brand for using palm oil, pointing to rainforest destruction and climate damage. Yet the packaging brags about being green and earth-friendly when the reality doesn't match. Flora did take out palm oil in 2023, which is good, but the constant recipe changes show a company chasing trends instead of making a product people can trust. Flora isn't just back and forth, it's unstable. And when a brand can't even decide what it is, why should you trust it on your family's table? Number 6, Clover. The mob-connected butter with a pollution problem. Clover is sold as having a yummy buttery taste. It's the best-selling dairy spread in the UK. The packaging shows green fields and happy cows. But look at the ingredients. The first ingredient is vegetable oils, palm and rapeseed. Buttermilk comes second at only 20%. Some versions have 40% buttermilk, but that still means most of it is vegetable oil. Clover has only 20% dairy. That means 80% of what you're spreading on your toast is palm oil and rapeseed oil with some coloring and flavoring mixed in. The company says it has half the bad fat of butter. That's because it's mostly not butter. Calling this a buttery spread when it's 80% vegetable oil is the same sneaky marketing we've seen from every brand on this list. But here's where the story gets dark. Clover is owned by Saputo Dairy UK, part of Canadian dairy giant Saputo. In 2020, the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation published a report showing that Saputo's founder, Lino Saputo, had a real relationship with Joe Bonanno, one of the founders of the American Mafia. Police proof gathered in the 1970s showed Saputo had personal and money dealings with the mobster from 1964 to 1979. In 1980, a retired judge decided Saputo was so closely tied to Bonanno that letting him do business in New York was not good for the public. The Saputo family was denied a license to operate in New York State because of these mob connections. The company says it has no ongoing ties to organized crime. Lino Saputo wrote in his book that he kept his distance from criminals. But the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation found envelopes from Saputo companies in Bonanno's trash, and notes showing Bonanno had helped set up trips and favors for Saputo. This isn't old news. This is the company that owns your butter. And there's more. In 2022, Saputo's UK company Dairy Crest was fined £1.52 million for pollution crimes. The biggest fine ever given to a company in southwest England. Their Davidstow factory in Cornwall was caught dumping biological sludge and dangerous chemicals into the River Inny, killing thousands of fish over a 2-kilometer stretch. Local people complained about terrible smells for years. The judge said the company had a bad management culture and that workers felt bullied and scared to report problems. That's who owns Clover. A company with mob connections in its past and a record fine for pollution that killed a river. Number 7. Country Life, the fake British butter. You'll never put a better bit of butter on your knife. That jingle made Country Life famous in Britain. The packaging shows rolling green hills and talks about British countryside milk. They work with the Royal Countryside Fund and carry British farm stamps. It sounds like everything a butter should be. Here's the problem. Country Life is owned by the exact same company as Clover, Saputo Dairy UK, the Canadian company with the mob history and the pollution crimes. When you buy Country Life thinking you're helping British farmers with a British company, you're actually sending money to a Canadian company that paid £975 million to buy these brands in 2019. The British flag on the packaging might make you feel good, but the money goes overseas. Country Life is actually real butter, made from cream and salt, unlike many products on this list. But the spreadable version is a mix of butter and rapeseed oil, just like the other brands. Half of what you're paying for doesn't come from a cow at all. And even though the butter itself is real, the company behind it tells a different story than the farm fresh marketing suggests. The pollution scandal at Davidstow factory directly affects Country Life since Saputo makes multiple brands at the same place. The £1.52 million fine covered crimes from 2016 to 2021, including going over pollution limits, dumping fish-killing chemicals, coating the river in black sludge, and hiding problems from authorities. In one case, a worker filmed a water monitor that had been taken out of a tank and put in a bucket of clean water to hide how bad things really were. And then there's the recall. In 2008, Country Life Spreadable had to be pulled from shelves after pieces of plastic were found in tubs. The problem came from broken machines, tiny blue pieces hiding in what people thought was safe butter. The pollution got so bad that one local resident said his family's lives had been ruined by the smells. Saputo admitted to 21 charges. Country Life uses patriotism and tradition while quietly watering down its product and sending profits to a foreign company with a dark past. So what should you actually buy? Let me give you some real advice. First, understand what you're looking at. Real butter has 2 ingredients, cream and salt, sometimes just cream. If the ingredients list has vegetable oils, rapeseed oil, palm oil, or a bunch of chemicals you can't say, you're not buying butter. You're buying a fake spread made to look and taste like butter while costing less to make. Second, look at who owns the brand. The butter market is run by a small group of huge companies. Arla owns Lurpak and Anchor. Saputo owns Clover and Country Life. Flora Food Group owns Flora, and I can't believe it's not butter. These are not small dairy farms. These are giant worldwide companies making billions of dollars. Third, think about local choices. In America, look for butter from smaller local dairies. Read the ingredients. Check for grass-fed claims and find out what they actually mean. Some American butter brands are truly grass-fed and honest about where their milk comes from. If you want European butter, look at French butters, which have stricter rules. The 7 brands I've covered today show how broken the food system is. Products sold as fancy butter that are actually vegetable oil mixes. Grass-fed claims that don't mean what you think. Companies with pollution crimes and shady histories hiding behind pretty packaging. Security tags on butter because prices went crazy. You deserve to know what you're eating and who's making money from it. The butter section isn't as simple as it looks, but now you know what to avoid.